Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to create and use custom views in Simple Analytics. This is one of the platform's most powerful tools, yet not a lot of people know about them. Custom views let you set up permanent filters, combine multiple websites into a single dashboard, and create focused analytics for different team members. By the end of this video, you'll understand not just how to set them up, but when and why you might want to use them depending on different scenarios. So let's dive in. To create a custom view, I'll go to my Simple Analytics dashboard and just click Create View here in the top right. Now this is where we set which websites we want to include, as well as add the filters, and then give this view a name. Instead of just walking you through how to set up a single view, I'll walk you through a bunch of different real-world scenarios where views are incredibly helpful. And this should help you understand the different use cases that views might have for yourself. So let's say you're running an e-commerce store and you want to see how your product pages are performing separately to your blog posts. For this scenario, I'd select the single website for my e-commerce store. Let's say it's this one. Click on Next Step, and now let's add a filter. So here we select a field. I'm going to go and select path. So this is in the URL bar. And for this, I'm going to say we only care about where the path is /product and anything after that. So this gives the product team a clean, focused look where they can see exactly how just the product pages are functioning. So I click Next Step there, and let's call it Product Page Performance. And we can just go ahead and create that view. So now I can just send this URL to the product team and they'll have a much better understanding of how the analytics are on the pages that they're actually interested in. Let's go through another scenario. Let's say you have multiple websites. Maybe you have subdomain blog.something, you have your main website, you even have a .org or a .com.au, and you want to combine all those to give your marketing team, say, a full understanding of how all the websites are doing and what kind of visitor numbers you're getting. And so to do that, all we need to do is in the select website step here, we can just go ahead and select multiple and then click Next Step. We're not interested in any filters for this one. Now we can just call this the multi-site view, for example, and now we can track our total visitor numbers across all of our websites. And let's do one more now. So maybe we have a marketing team and they're running some sort of promotion, maybe some advertisements, and they want to see how those are performing. So for this, I'd select just the one site we're interested in. And then under here, under the field, I can now do stuff like UTM campaign, for example. Or I could do UTM source and say that this is from the newsletter. So this way we can understand everyone who's coming to the website from our newsletter. Or we can do a specific medium like UTM medium and say that anything that's from social, and we just need to make sure, of course, that we put this in our URL in the first place. But we can track anything coming from any social media website and combine these all together. This way, for example, you could differentiate between your SEO visitors and your more targeted, email campaigns or social media advertisement campaigns. And then one last example, we can of course also just look at analytics from a certain country. So for example, once again, I'll click Next Step. And on the filters here, I can just type in country code. And let's say we were only interested in people from the United Kingdom. So for that, the country code is GB. And I'll click Next Step. You can see this one has actually found some page views. There are 6 views from the United Kingdom. So we can go Next Step. We can call this UK visitors and create that view. And so the way that these work, you can see we've got some visitor data in here from all the people from the UK. Now if I go back to my website dashboard, you can see we now have this view. And so this is now saved permanently. We can always remove this if we're no longer interested in it. But anytime you want to look at the UK visitors or you want to look at the product performance, you have this view ready to go. And it's this lens that you can view your analytics data through. So why are custom views so valuable? Well, for one, we no longer have to set up these filters every single time we're interested in a certain segment of our analytics. We set them up once and we can refer to them anytime in the future. They also give you focus. So if you're in the product team, you only care about the product pages. If you're doing some sort of analysis, you can cut through all the rest of the data and just see what you're interested in and what you need to improve and work on. They're also great for team collaboration. Different teams have different focuses. They have different things that they care about. And so by creating a custom view, that team can then get a more clear understanding of how they're doing. For example, maybe you have the advertising arm of your marketing team. They might not be interested in any of the SEO performance of their website. That's not what they're trying to focus on and increase. They really only care about your social media, campaigns, and advertising. So by creating a custom view, they know exactly what they need to focus on and which number they need to make go up. Now, one thing to note is that the views feature does require a Simple Analytics team subscription, but I promise it is well worth the time saved and the improved insights alone. I hope these scenarios gave you some good ideas on how you can use views in your use case. If you have any other creative ways of using views, please go ahead and let me know in the comments. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.